Buffie Designs, where beauty begins. DIY treasures and crafty wins. Come join the fun, let your spirit shine. Create with heart in your own design.
Welcome to Buffie Designs. I'm Buffie, and we're going to be transforming thrifted finds into magical Christmas decor. Now let's get crafting. For this DIY, it's going to be really quick and easy. This was an amazing piece to find. It has the stand on it, so it just props up on its own. It's a picture frame without the backing, and it has a cute little lock decor piece on the front. It was a little dinged up and it's brown, and I wanted to paint this all black, so it took only the one coat, since it was already dark, to cover everything with the black paint. And I'm just taking off that paint tape so that I can see what I messed up on, and there was a few pieces there that it came through. So chalk paint's easy to clean off of glass, which is so wonderful. That's why I love working with chalk paint. So now I have this IOD beautiful transfer collection for Christmas from 2025, the brand new one, and I'm going to use this little piece here with Santa and the little holly berries around it. And when I say simple, this is so simple. So I cut them out so that I can easily use each of them to transfer to my piece. So you want to take the backing off and arrange it to where you want it. I had to trim down the sides so it would work, and then just stick it down and start rubbing. You don't want to place it until you know exactly where it's at, because some times it will stick right to your project and you can't move it, so unless you want to waste it and start over with something new. So be careful doing that. I've done that a couple times. So you just want to rub it as much as you can so it starts to lift up, and then just be careful and rub and pull back the cover sheet as gentle as you can, and just slowly pull back as you're rubbing, and it's just simple as that. So now they call it burnishing, and you just want to take the slick portion of the backing and just rub it on your project so it lays flat and everything is smoothed out. And some of the glue that's on it kind of smeared on the glass, so I'll have to clean that up later. So then you just want to keep doing it to every spot that you're looking to put your transfer. And this just, I love how this turned out. It turns out so pretty, and the berries and everything just pop out on the glass. And I'm so glad I got this piece at the thrift store. It made a perfect base for this type of transfer from IOD. So then in that same collection, there are these words in there, and I just love this Christmas greetings one that is the way it is. And so I thought that is going to be perfect with this Santa. So I'm just placing it where I think it's going to go, and I think it's going to look perfect. Now I'm placing that cute Santa picture and trying to kind of line it up with that key decor piece at the bottom. And again, just rub it and then peel back the film gently as it comes apart from it. And I did this picture lower because of the wording, and I want that wording above his head. And wait till you see how it turns out. It's so cute. So now I'm taking the wording and putting it above his head and trying to kind of get it as straight as I can. But look how cute that is already. It's just, I love this. It just looks like a cute little greeting card. So again, just do the same thing, rubbing and pulling back. And look how cute already. And we're not even done yet. So now I'm taking this antique gold, and it's kind of like rub and buff, and I'm going to just kind of distress around the edges of the frame and that little key decor piece on the front, and kind of give it more dimension to pop that out. So I'm just putting some on a rag and just going around the edges, and I was a little afraid of it at first, and then as I saw it going on sporadically, I thought this is going to turn out really cute, so I kept doing it that way. But I just wanted to do the outside edges and then the inside edges of the frame without getting it onto the glass, which it wasn't too hard to do that without having to mess it up. So then when I got down to the key, I kind of did a little bit more on that little key decor to bring that definition of that out a little bit more. And then I just touched up the black where I had gotten it on areas I didn't really want it to be. I think it turned out super cute. Let me know what you think. For this next DIY, I picked up this really cool heavy box at the thrift store. I think I paid $1.50, and it's already got some red distressed color underneath. And I'm not going to paint this except for the one side where it shows through some things. Oh, I paid $1. And so I just love the color, so I'm not going to mess with the color at all. So it looks like it had sweets on it, and it was probably a super cute box to begin with, but I'm going to cover up that dark lettering so that I can put a Christmassy paint inlay on it. So I got this paint inlay set from IOD, and they are super, super cute. I love every one of these, and I can't wait to dig into the Santa and other pictures. But here I'm choosing this page because it has this Mary sign on it, and that's the one I want to use for the front of the box. See how cute the other designs are, that deer there, and it's just really super cute designs this year, even more so than any other year. But I'm just going to trim around this Mary sign so that I can use only it. So because I'm not painting the box for the paint inlay, I'm going to use Mod Podge. IOD has a top coat that you can purchase to do this, but I'm just going to put down where I want the picture to be placed onto the board, and just covering that portion with the Mod Podge, and I'm giving it a generous coat here. With the IOD transfers, they have a gridded side where there's little boxes, and then the design side. So you want to spritz the gridded side on the back with some water, and then lay your design face down, of course, design down to your project. So when placing your inlay, you want to be very careful not to put it down too soon, and because it may smear. So just be gentle and be careful. A little smearing will be fine because it kind of looks more distressed. So you want to let it dry for about 30 seconds, but I did a no-no and let it sit overnight, so it ends up being more difficult to remove. So only leave it drying for about 30 seconds. Then you want to spritz it again with some water and dab the water, and it's supposed to easily come off, but because, like I said, I left it too long, so I had to struggle to peel the paper back, so it made it more difficult to be careful. But once I got it going, I spritzed a little bit more and then, kind of rubbed that paper back a little bit, and it was able to peel off a little bit better. So I was finally able to work with it to get the piece to be a full piece to pull back. And you just want to gently pull it back to reveal your image onto your project. And it just turns out really pretty. I love this little Mary sign. You could put it on anything. You could put it on a platter or even a picture with Santa on it or anything, even glass. And they work out so super pretty. And the detail on it is just really amazing. And here I'm just taking a little bit of the white paint to touch up the area that's smeared on that side. And then just taking a rag to kind of clean that pinkish color up. But overall, it looks amazing. Even with the little Y not coming all the way through, just gives it more distressing. And if you're not wanting distressing, so I have a rough surface, so I think that's why it didn't work as well. So if you're working with more of a smooth surface, it will definitely work better. So now on another page in that collection, there's these two like vines or ribbon intertwined kind of thing. And I'm just going to take each one and wrap it around each side of the box to make it more festive. And just putting Mary on it, I could leave it and it would be just gorgeous. But this is my idea here, is to put it on each side. So then again, I'm going to see where I want to put it and put the Mod Podge only on that area. If it goes outside of the lines, it's fine because it's not going to show. Then again, spritz the gridded side and then put the design side down. And I'm just going to do this all the way around each side. And I forgot to mention, you want to smooth it out gently. You can use, like I used the rag. It says to use a brayer, but I didn't have a nice brayer to use without ruining it. So I just kind of used the rag to push it down. So I looked and I saw this one. It has like a company logo, looks like from back in the day, of a fir tree company. And so I thought it would be nice to have it on the other side so that when I stick it on my coffee table, you could see a design all the way around the box. So before I cut that end off on the trim, I want to see where I'm going to put the design for this stamp kind of thing, label, and then I can trim around where I want to stop with the ribbon design. So again, you want to smooth it out so that there's no bubbles, and then I just tap the back so that it picks up some of the wetness. And here's where I'm going to finish off that strip of vine and ribbon and put it down and then trim it off kind of by where the label ends, and then I'm going to kind of shape it so it looks somewhat decent. So then to have it matching on both sides, I'm going to start on the front portion here with the ribbon look and then wrap it the same way I did the other side so that it gives it that more cohesive look, and just doing the same exact thing. So now I have all the inlays set, and I'm only going to let them sit for 30 seconds. Now that it dried somewhat, I'm going to spritz it again and peel off that paper just like before. I did go a lot slower than this, and I just sped up the video so I wouldn't bore you. So again, just spritzing that last bit and then gently pulling back. And it turns out super cute. So I'm going to do the label and then the other strip after this. It turns out so pretty. Look at that label. It just pops out on that white. So pretty. And it's just neat how they did the green and red this year. I love it. And then I'm just going to finish peeling off this last strip, and we're done with the inlay. Look how pretty it turned out. You could go over it with sandpaper to rough it up even more, but I loved how the color was, so I didn't want to mess with it in case I ruined it. So I'm using a stencil sponge from Dollar Tree to apply the Mod Podge, gently tapping over the top of it, because it says to use a roller, but I did not have one. And I'm just but tapping with a wet rag so that it would still protect it but not smear the coloring, if that makes sense, because if you use the brush on the actual inlay, it will smear. So you have to be very gentle and careful with this. So like I said, I'm just tapping, and it's probably not the right way, but you know, Buffy does what she does and she does her own thing as long as it makes it look pretty. So I'm just dabbing again after I put it over the top of it, and it did work out really well. It didn't give it any bubbles or any kind of raised look. And I think what saved me too with this is that it is a rough surface anyways, but I think it still would work on a smooth surface. So I think it turned out beautiful. Let me know what you think. For my next project, I picked up this flour sifter or sifter from the thrift store, and I'm going to paint this. It's a cream color paint that I've had forever. I can't remember the brand, but I give it 2 good coats. I even paint the handle and the silver piece there on the side, and just give it all 2 coats of this beautiful cream paint. So now that it's all dry, it's super pretty color, and I'm going straight across from the handle to put this IOD transfer, again from the 2025 Christmas collection, and it's so adorable. I love this little tree, and I'm just going to try to eyeball it there so that it's pretty close to right across from that handle on the other side, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to press it down, and even on a round surface like this or a curved surface, it still goes on really easily. You just want to be careful to straighten it out so that there's no bubbles or anything or creases when you push it down. So just press down firmly and then use the scraper to start pressing it to your project. And then you want to get the slick side of that paper backing and rub it so it sticks a little bit better to your surface of your project. So then on the arm part, I'm just cutting a hole in this wreath that is in that same book and cutting it big enough so that the handle part will fit, or it will fit through the hole, as you can see here. So I'm trying to be careful not to touch it on anything until I get to the actual sifter itself. So I'm just going to put that right around the arm there, and I really love this project. My vision was a certain way, but it ended up being better than I thought. So again, just rubbing it and pulling it back. So now for this other side, I have this wording that says, "This Christmas, bring joy to your heart." And I'm just going to put it on here and then put something lower and wait till you see those. It was just like it was meant to be for this. It's so pretty. And again, just rubbing that and getting the transfer to stick, and you'll see what it says. It's so cute. And the last transfer is this vine with these cute little bluish gray bells that match the lettering up above, and it turns out so pretty. And look at the color and everything. I just love these transfers. They're just so really well made, and look how it turned out. So now I already painted the wood part of the handle a blue color, but it looked too much like a baby blue. So now I'm giving it this sage color that I have from Folk Art, and it turns out so much better. And it gave it that extra coat anyway. So I just gave it one coat of this since it already had the additional. I want this to look older, antique looking, so I'm getting my antiquing wax and putting it on and wiping it back all over the project because I want that older look to it, and you'll love it. I think you will. I love it. It just turns out really pretty, and with some greenery in it, it just makes it more Christmassy and just pops out. Perfect for your kitchen. So once I let that dry completely, I've got this clear wax from Jolie, and I'm just putting that all on it because the Mod Podge was going to give it a shine, and I didn't want that. And this wax is for chalk paint, and it just is a matte color, and it's so wonderful. I love this stuff, and it just gives it that protection it needs without ruining anything or discoloring it, and it's just amazing. So I just give it a good coat of this, and we are finished. Let me know what you think of this one. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. Make sure to comment and let me know what you think of my projects. If you're new here, please consider to subscribe and like and comment and share my videos. That helps my channel out a lot. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you will have a wonderful day.